What's up, YouTube? So this is another blast from the past video. Again, I'm playing catch up on all the videos that I recorded while I was in the early days of building the box truck. A lot of things got in the way of my editing schedule. A number of things. I ended up having some days of bad sun, so I basically didn't have enough power to keep my devices up, which is interesting because I talk about the Jackery in this video, and I think I need to do another follow-up on how the Jackery is doing. The Jackery 1000 specifically as my primary power source, with the Jackery 300 as a backup, because the way I started setting them up, I've altered that since then. So there, I do have to follow up on that, but to even get there, I think I need to give you the context of this video, how it was doing in the beginning, you know, how well it started out, and then give you some more long-term feedback on how it's doing as I use it. In this video, I also talk about my front tires and my ball joints still needing to be done. That situation no longer exists. It has been taken care of. Thank you so much to the supporters who got me through that. And I'm not even going to get into all that. All that kind of happened offline and ended up being taken care of. And then the other thing is, in this video, I am still talking about owning the van because I still own the van at the time this video was filmed, but I'm not going to edit it out because I want to leave the context of the day that it happened, as it existed at that time. So yeah, enjoy the video.
Sorry I wasn't able to follow up. I am sleeping in the box truck. There is the roof. And there is a cat walking past the camera. I am on the floor in a sleeping bag with cat butt in my face. And guess what, guys? Well, Mickey wants my attention, but I'm so happy! So Mickey seems to be doing good after his first night. He's been introduced to the box truck off and on, so it's not like a new place for him. But this is his first morning and his first meal. And honestly, it felt great to stand up and feed him. I'm not gonna lie. I need an extension cord for his water because I do want to move that down to the ground. But he's doing great. I'm also very impressed with the Jackery right now. It's only hooked up to one 100-watt panel. I did start it out at 100%. I turned on lights last night. I charged devices. I have Mickey's water running. I have the fridge hooked up. And this morning, with the sun barely out, we're already back up to 100%. I think it helps that the panel is so freaking high on the roof, and there aren't really a lot of issues with getting power in. So this little 1,000-watt station, my 300 is actually still sitting over in the van, seems to be keeping things running. It's allowing us to have this lamp on because we have no other lighting in here really, except for these USB rechargeable ones, and this particular USB rechargeable light is dead. The other one has some charge to it, but I need to charge them both today. And yeah, so I don't always have to have the plugged in lamp. But as far as retaining power goes, the Jackery 1000 seems to be running great as far as keeping us in power. So this has been running the fridge all day. As you can see, my solar's dropped down to 5 watts, and I still have 87% left. In addition to that, this cord is running to Mickey's water fountain. So I have that running. Altogether right now I'm pulling about 16 watts. It's pretty chilly, so it's not like the fridge is fighting a lot of heat to keep temp. Hopefully in the future I'll have more solar on the roof for the Jackery, because it can pull up to 200 watts, but I think the max it got to today was somewhere around 50 watts. So yeah, but it's working. This has been Mickey's first full day hanging out in the box truck, and he's been hanging out in this bed I bought, which is great. I love seeing him claim a zone. In some future world, there will be a bed up here. Right now I'm just using these for little pockets to stick stuff. The reason this is here is because once I removed the wood, it was a pretty deep hole, and I didn't want Mickey to fall down there or be too curious, so this is just, he
can get here and walk across here, what he'll do is he'll come up this wood that I took off the sidewall, walk across here, and come to his bed, which is funny because he could also get on it by just getting on top of his new litter box. And I'm glad I got him this new big litter box, which I need to scoop tonight, because he's getting to be such a big boy and he can kick around in there and it causes less mess. I'll still need a mat in some future, but he's been like super chill. I've been working on the computer, you know, and doing my thing in here, and he's been pretty cozy in this little bed, which makes me happy. So there's one more big thing that needs to happen. Not super big, but this latch right here, if I'm inside, this latch has the potential to lock me inside the box because it only latches and unlatches from the cab, which makes sense if you're using it for deliveries or what it was intended for. Of course, I'm turning it into an RV. So I need to take this latch off just to be safe because I don't close the door all the way. Like last night, like during the day you can't even really see back there because there's too much light. But so last night I pulled it to about right here, which leaves a little bit of light bleed. Now I had coverage in the front window, which helped, but if you looked in the side windows, because I haven't made driver's side window covers yet, you probably could have seen in if you tried. Now luckily I got back from the show so late, I don't think anybody was even up, and by the time people were, the sun was up and they weren't really paying me any attention where I was parked. But even still, I want to be able to close the door all the way when I'm inside, and so I want to remove this and eventually just get like a normal door handle and possibly have like a normal door handle of some type on both sides of the door. But for now, I just don't want the possibility of locking me and Mickey inside the box, and so I need to remove this latch so that that doesn't happen. And we got our tool. Alright, so the door is now safe for me and Mickey. There's no chance of me accidentally like latching myself inside the box, because that was a danger, and so I was afraid to close the door all the way, which compromises the stealth situation, obviously, because what you want to do is be able to close that door. Now I do find because of the way this cab is designed, it just doesn't catch people's eye as much, but if it does catch somebody's eye, you don't want them to look in and see you back there dancing and jiving in your house. Once I have the bed built, it'll be quite a cave over this doorway, at least the length of the bed, before you're in like the house proper. But even still, it was just a dangerous thing. There was a chance of me locking myself in there, and what's the point of having this door if I'm afraid to close it all the way? Like I said, I'll probably get some kind of handle on the inside and outside, just for moving the door back and forth, but the safety issue of the latch possibly latching us inside is at least over, and now I should be able to at least push the door all the way closed, whether I'm on the inside or outside of the door. Honestly, it's been a great first day in the box truck. Standing up, walking around, you know, stretching. All of it's been great. Sleeping on the floor isn't fun, and of course I have all these visions of what I want to build in the long term, but I always knew that wasn't going to come right away. The mission was to get the box truck, and once I have the truck, as I have money, I can do the other stuff. So this is the end of another video where I'm playing catch up. Like I said, these videos were filmed a while back, just after I first got the box truck and I was trying to move into it. There was a lot going on at that point. Like, my stuff was everywhere. I mean, just imagine moving into a new house, which is essentially what I was doing. I was moving from the van to the box truck. and then a number of other problems kept coming up, and so I was recording stuff all over the place, but I was having a really hard time having the ability to get those videos out. And then of course, when it rains it pours, a light fell on my laptop screen, which made that unusable for editing. And so I had to take it in for repair. And now I am playing catch up on videos and getting those out as quickly as I can, because I am also continuing to work on the box truck as funds and projects are available to me to do. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see where the box truck goes in the future as my tiny home, please do subscribe below. If you don't care and you hated this video, you can give it a thumbs down. It still counts as an interaction. But if you loved it, please give it a thumbs up. Special thank you to my patrons and the people who support me through YouTube memberships. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next video.